For this question, we're going to solve modulus inequalities involving rational. So involving fraction here, you can see x at denominator, x at numerator. So to simplify this question, we can multiply our denominator modulus to the right hand side. Only the denominator with modulus, we can multiply it up to right hand side to dismiss the fraction form. So once we dismiss this fraction, you have to denote that this denominator cannot equal to 0. We cannot involve -4 in the final answer, where this -4 can make this fraction undefined when you have denominator 0. So look at the form that we have simplified here. Now we have modulus both sides. We rewrite this modulus in the square root and square. So to remove our square root and square, we can square both sides. Square root and square can be cancelled out. So this will leaving x squared only. Meanwhile, for 2 square, we get 4. Then x plus 4 square. Square root and square can be cancel each other. Then we expand this quadratic. And rearrange in general form of quadratic. Expand for this 4. And we move it to left hand side. So once we move it to left hand side, notice that our quadratic is in negative quadratic. In order to make our factorization easier, we're going to remove this quadratic negative. We want to make it positive quadratic, so we divide by -1. So when you divide by -1, remember to change sign. Then we can factorize this easily. So after we factorize, we're going to draw our quadratic graph to find out the region. So the roots that we find just now, -8 smaller at left hand side, bigger at right hand side. So look at the region that we want. So inequalities greater than 0 means you want positive region. So in quadratic graph, positive region will be fall on above x-axis. So here we write our answer x. The region here is at left hand side of -8. So x less than -8. Meanwhile, this region of answer is at right hand side. So this x is more than -8/3. Don't forget, we have to state that x cannot involve -4. That will make our fraction undefined. So our first basic here is this. Denominator cannot equal to 0. Then solving by squaring both sides. Then expand the quadratic, forming our quadratic simplify to quadratic. Then factorization. Draw the graph and answer. So here another marks for simplify the quadratic correctly.